Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video on taking control of your career. I'm Chelsea Conrad, career coach at Proactive Happiness. So I'm sure that everyone out there has heard this at one point or another. You've got to take control of your career. It's your career. You have to take ownership. You have to drive your career, right? But what does that mean, really? So, I think most of us have a tendency when we go through our career, we go through the motions. We put one foot in front of the other and we just keep moving down the path, right? So you get that degree, you get that job, you get that promotion, you're going through the motions. Well, sometimes we really do need to stop and take a step back and say, okay, I'm going through these motions, but are these motions getting me what I want out of my career? That's what we call taking control of your career. So in today's video, I'm going to give you 4 steps that you can take to start taking control of your career. Now, some of you out there are probably saying, my career is fine. I'm okay where it is. Some people are very fortunate and you just kind of luck into a situation that really works for you. Others, you're kind of teetering on the edge. And there are some of you out there who are miserable. Well, now is the time to start taking control of your career and doing things to better your situation. Because you know what? Nobody else is going to do it for you. So here we go. 4 steps on how to take control of your career. Okay, so here we go. Step number 1. The first thing that you have to do in this process is to get clear on what you want in your career. What are your career goals? Now, any of you who have watched any of my other videos before are probably rolling your eyes right now. I know I say this all the time, but I say it for good reason. Not being clear on what you want out of your career and your career goals is kind of like leaving for a road trip with no map and no destination. But you're saying to yourself, I'm going to drive for 6 days on 1 tank of gas and I'll just get there. It doesn't make any sense, okay? Until you really know what it is that you want, what your goals are, you're never gonna be able to get there. Okay, so that's step 1, get clear on what you want. Okay, so once you've gotten clear on where it is that you're going, what your destination is, what your goals are, all of that good stuff, step 2 is gonna be to line out a path. Line out the typical path. Now I am talking, sit down, pen, piece of paper, or on your computer, whatever, and line out the steps that typically happen between where you are and where you want to be, okay? Now, take a step back out of that. Do you like how that looks? Does that appeal to you? If it doesn't, is there another way to get there? Is there another path, okay? Line out those different steps on that other path. If you step back and look at it again and say, I still don't like the way that looks. It might be time to go back to step 1. Make sure that what you're working towards is actually what you want and not what you think you should want, right? We should all be CEOs, right? By society standards. But if that's not what you want, then don't waste your time working towards it. All right, so that's step 2, lining out your path. Okay, so moving on to step 3. All right, so we've got this list, we've got this map in front of us, right? Of all of the stops we're gonna make on our journey from where we are now to where we wanna go. So now that you have that list, I want you to take each stop on that list and I want you to put together a list of the kinds of things that are typically required at each of those stops. For example, in your next stop is an MBA required. Probably not, but it's possible, right? Do most people have an MBA when they have that role? Is there a lot of public speaking? Is that something that most of those folks have in that role? Different certifications, different degrees, anything like that. Put together that list of things that if you can't quite figure it out just by thinking about it, go and pull some job descriptions. Look and see what the requirements are for those different roles. Put that list together. Then the second part of this is to take an inventory of where you currently stand, okay? Compare the 2 against each other and what falls out, your action items list, okay? If this is really something you wanna do, you now have a bullet point list of the action items that you need to do, the things you need to accomplish if you wanna get from where you are to your goals. Okay, so that is step 3, making that list of your action items. All right, so step 4 is going to be kind of a 2-part step. That's going to be develop your plan, Okay, so look at that list that you have compiled, see what the highest priority items are, right, to get you to the next step. Focus on those. And then the second part of this step is to, no surprise, start taking action. Okay, so keep your eyes open for that role to come open, or for a role similar to that in a different company, things like that. And when it does come open, grab it. Even if you don't feel like you're completely ready for it, or like you completely have all of those requirements met yet, go for it, because you never know. Sometimes all of those things that are requirements aren't really required. They may be willing to bend a little bit. So that's step 4. 2 parts: develop your plan and take action. So that is our 4-step process on how you can start taking control of your career. So just to recap, step 1, get clear on what you want. Step 2, lay out that path. How are you going to get from A to B by stop, okay? Step 3, take that inventory, create your action items list. And then step 4, the 2 parts, develop your plan and start taking action. Okay, so hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Remember, nobody is going to do it for you. This truly is your career. So when people start telling you you need to take ownership of your career, well, actually there's something to it. So follow this process. I guarantee you it will get you results. All right, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. And if you need any help as you go through this process, schedule a free initial conversation at proactivehappiness.com. All right, take care.